table that I made a while ago. I need to do some remodeling on. We actually use it for puzzles and games, but it's also coffee table for the living room, and I really like it. I think it turned out really pretty. Just old like pallet wood and reclaimed wood. And I had what I thought was a brilliant idea, but it turned out not so much. I had this large 8x8 piece of cedar post here, and I thought I could put one leg on it, and so we could go all the way around it, because like I said, we like to use it to play games. Well, as soon as you touch it at all, it just wants to fall over. I thought if I put those tiny little feet on there, that might help, but it didn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this table and just go take that pedestal part off of it and make some legs for it and bring it back in, because we do use it a lot. And I might try to fill in this, as much as I like that whenever we play, whenever we do puzzles, you know, the pieces fall down in there, so I might fill that in. So here's the pedestal part of it. It's very heavy. And here's the table. The ladies out. Feels colder than it really is, because it's like right around 40. But man, I don't know what the feels like temperature is. I don't really understand all that either, but it definitely feels colder than 40 today. And I think the next 3 or 4 days after today are going to be, I think we're going back in the 20s. I don't know. My husband's obsessed with that, watching the weather and all that, so I don't really have to watch it because he always tells me. Yeah, it's cold enough. I needed to add another layer before we go out to the wood shop. Feet are hanging in the tree right there, and that's the first stop every morning for the chickens. When I let them out, they run over there to that bird feeder, find anything that's left on the ground. I don't really know for sure what I'm gonna do. I know I don't have any turned legs. And turned leg just means that it's been turned on lathe and it has, like, you know, a shape to it. I don't have 4 of those, I know for sure, that I could use, so they're gonna have to be square. So I really just need to, I didn't really measure the height of it, so I'll go measure that. And then I'll probably just make 4 square legs to go in the outside corners. Alright, I got this big boy. I'll cut it down. It should be enough to get all 4 legs out of it. This is a rough cut piece of pine from the sawmill, and it's not perfectly square on any side, and it's not square on the ends or anything, so I need the finished length to be roughly 24 inches. So I'm going to cut this longer to give me room to square it up once I get it cut down to length, because I'm going to cut this chunk, and then I'm going to get some measurements and try to cut this into quarters to get all 4 legs out of this one piece. And I'll do that over here on the sawmill, and then I'll also probably have to plane it, you know, down to get it to square it up a little bit. But that's what we're doing. We're cutting this a couple of inches long, giving me plenty of room to square it up. When it's really cold, I kind of push my door down a little bit. And then I turn my heater on here. What that does, because heat rises, it keeps it fairly warm in here, but then I can still, you know, all the dust and everything can still go out. I know some people have asked me that before, why I bring that door down just a little bit, which right now I'll have to raise it up just a little bit because I'm fixing to use the table saw, so I need the wood to be able to go underneath the door. So raise it up a little bit. Basically just cut it in half, and you can see maybe that it's definitely not square, but it's more manageable size. So what I'm going to do is run these through the planer and get them squared up on all 4 sides, both of them evenly, and then I'll divide it. Whatever dimension it comes out, I'll divide it and get 4 legs out of that. Got it perfectly smooth on this side, all 4 sides basically, but this side revealed that it has like some rot. So I may not be able to get all 4 legs out of these. I may have to cut another leg out of something else. All right, we got them cut down, we got them planed. Now we need to measure them to see what size. We'll do 2 5/8 to put that saw blade in the center. That should give us 1/2 and 1/2 roughly. Alright, now we have 4 legs that are roughly the same. This one, I don't know, it's I mean, it's solid, and I just really need it to hold that table steady, so we might go with it. Now we've got all 4 legs cut here, and then we have our top here. Now we just got to figure out how you want to attach them. The other one was screwed from the bottom up into the wood. These probably gonna have to go through the side. Like if I put it on here, then I would go from the sides. So I'm going to move over here. Put this guy on the operating table. I mean, I could just do that, but what happens is you run the risk of it moving this in or out. So I could come back and put a brace across here. This table is made out of just old, like reclaimed, I think mostly like pallet wood. And when wood gets really dry, kind of gets brittle and cracks. So what you have to do is you have to drill a pallet hole before you put your screw in, because that way it won't split the wood, hopefully. Here we go. So if you can see the leg here going this way, and you see that leg over there going that way, and these are doing the same thing. This way, I think you can really see how that leg back there is really leaning out that way. So I got some supports cut and I put them in. I need some more of these short screws. I don't really have that many. Start with this side. And this wood is newly cut pine from the sawmill, so I shouldn't have to worry about it splitting.
to put a screw.
Got the legs on, got the braces on. Now we gotta try to get it out of here. I don't have the biggest shop in the world, so and I built it with my this piece underneath the bottom, and then I'll fill in the hole from the top. We got some more bedding for the chickens now. Sometimes I do wish I had more room, but I'm just happy to have what I have. Honestly, just got a lot of tools. It's taken me a lot of years to build up all these tools, but I'm happy to have them. Okay, now we're gonna go under here. This is the bottom side, and you can see that knot hole goes all the way through. So I'm just gonna put a piece of wood on there, cover it up. Oh man, I should put epoxy on there. That's what I should do. I think I've got some epoxy. So here's the top side of it, and you can see now the little piece of wood we put in now covers that. So what I need to do now is see if I have any epoxy. That's a great idea. Alright, I did go to the studio and I do have some epoxy, so we're gonna do that. Well, first I got I'm gonna take the table into the house first and then do the epoxy in there, because it takes a really long time for epoxy to dry, and it's really, I think, too cold out here to be doing it as well. So we'll use it for playing cards or games and doing puzzles, and so you really want it to be. So I may refinish it again while I have it out at the house. Put some more. And what I do is I'll put the wax on, and then I get like a buffer and buff it, because that makes it super, super smooth. A little bit of epoxy left, and I've got all these different colors, so I really don't know which way I want to go. If I want it to blend in, you know, not stand out, I would probably do like gold or yellow. But then kind of what's the point of doing that? Epoxy if you don't make it a color. So I know I'm not going to do red or pink. Gosh, I don't know. Maybe this green color. It really doesn't take much at all to color the epoxy. Ooh. Dang, I can really tell you that's too much. I just want enough to fill up that hole. I don't want to waste it because I don't have a ton left, and this stuff is quite expensive. If you just a little tip, if you have just a small area to do, you can just use Gorilla Glue because it's pretty much the same. It dries clear and hard like an epoxy. This one, if you just have a small area that you need to fill in something. I've done that many times. Alright, we'll do the green. Oop, it don't take much, and it didn't need that much, but I'm taking it back now. Got the table back. Fit. This little knot hole we're going to fix here. Not really fix, but I'm going to fill it in. I can already tell I did too much. We'll just let that dry. I'll come back and put a little bit more so it's flush. But the thicker it is, the longer it takes to dry. And I did make too much, so I'm gonna take this out to the studio and see if there's anything I can use it on so I don't waste it. It's been about 72 hours and the epoxy is now dry. It did go down, soaked into the wood, I guess, a little bit more than what I would have liked. You can see it kind of goes down. So I'll probably just come back and put some more just clear over top of it. You can kind of see the green color in there. I was able to get that little table finished up, just supported with some new legs, and then put some supports on those as well. As suspected, it's not perfectly level on the floor, so I just got some little felt, you know, and put on the bottom. But it's not going to fall over or tip over like it did before with the kids when we do games and videos. So that's another project done, and that was kind of a fun one too. And just a little thing about going out on YouTube and doing YouTube. I was just like you, like, how hard can it be? People are always mentioning, I don't want to say complaining, but they mention how hard it is to edit videos and get everything out there. And I thought, well, geez, how hard could it be? Well, on a difficulty scale, I would say video editing from 1 to 10 for me, not ever doing it before, was probably 7 on the learning scale. But it's not just that. You have to go through every moment. You might have, I can have as many as 50 or more clips to make one video. You have to look at every bit of it, because there's going to be, you know, you're going to sneeze, or you're going to cough, or somebody's going to walk into the frame thinking you're talking to them and answer you. Or, you know, the dog barks right when you're doing something, or in my case, a compressor kicks on, or, you know, something. So you have to go through every minute, and to make it look, you know, cohesive in some way. I'm not saying my videos are good. I'm just saying I try, and it's very time consuming. And then when you do the rookie mistake, like I just did, I deleted a whole video before I was able to upload it. And I don't know how I did it, but it's gone. So this video, this is my second go around editing this video. So I hope you enjoy it. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It's fun to do. I like to be silly, and I like to share. This is real life, you know. This is how it is around here on the Clark homestead. All right, thanks for watching.